Hello, boys, girls, and NBs, and welcome back to the judgiest place on the internet. My name is Josh.
My name is Rick.
And my name is Christian.
And we are, of course, the one, the only, the Judgies. Here we are.
Hello.
There she is. She is beauty. She is grace. There is Erica with a face.
Oh, okay.
And Mr. Congeniality. Don't think I'm letting you off the hook.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a Sandra Bullock of a man.
Did you know that I won Miss Congeniality at the
local
fair
festival?
Yeah.
What is congeniality? Just means hey, you tried, right?
Best personality.
Oh, it is personality. So like runner up. Like, isn't there one that's just like sorry?
It's
you
that
didn't,
one.
You
I
didn't
mean,
have a
kinda.
chance.
This was it was more of like, hey, especially Eric, because it was like, hey, you should have won, but you're kind of from a different town.
You're kind of poor to us. You weren't sponsored by the richest business.
I was sponsored by the Elks Club.
Is that rich?
No.
I don't know.
Well, we're sponsored by our listeners. That's right. Head on over to patreon.com/judgiespod. Give us $1. This might, every episode we are bulking.
Of course.
This is July 8th. It's not going to air until December 22nd, Taylor Swift's
No,
birthday.
it's not.
Wow.
That's not Taylor Swift's birthday. It's December 13th.
That's embarrassing for you.
Idiot. Her song is 22.
That was her age.
Yeah, all of her ages are.
That was
all
her
of
age. Hey, Josh, that was her age,
All
not her
of her
birthday.
albums are her ages. It's like Adele.
Who?
You know Chasing Pavements?
Who?
Taylor Swift turned 15, put out the album 15, turned Sparks, and put out the album called Sparks. We got mail. How about that? Judgiespod@patreon.com
Give
is
it
for
to
money,
me.
and P.O. Box 58, 61350, Ottawa, Illinois is for mail. And first is a little card. So we have to open up both these because we don't know if we're going to be recording.
There's a chance.
I'm treating every one of these episodes as potentially the last one we're recording for 8 weeks, which is scary.
This is a wedding invitation.
Oh, where's it at? I mean, state. Don't obviously dox them.
They sent this from Ohio.
No, pass. Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
Not going to Ohio.
I absolutely refuse to go to Ohio.
I wouldn't leave Illinois to sightsee in Ohio. What's their names?
Kylie and Lucas. And they're getting married on September 24th.
Wow. Good for you, I guess. Are you sweethearts or?
The dress code is boho appreciated, but nicely dressed preferred.
I don't know what boho appreciated means at all.
Hey, we really like the Freddie Mercury jams. That's all it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't wait to see the
A
pictures.
whole rhapsody.
Thank you for the invite,
thanks
but
for
here's a
inviting us.
cooler gift. Can I say that? More practical.
Did you
can
want to open it?
Fuck, it's magic. Practical magic, Josh. It's a hit
It's one
movie.
of my favorite movies.
Weird. Never heard of it.
Joshua.
We got a little card here. I don't know how to open it. You did it too fancy.
Don't rip it.
Eric, I'm going to let you read since
Okay.
one of us is illiterate, but I'll never tell who.
Pretty literate.
Oh, this is actually really cool.
Dear Christian, Erica, and Josh.
That's me.
I just
And me. And her.
I discovered your show earlier this year and became an instant fan. I am a dice maker
Oh yeah.
who
Brad.
works out of my laundry room turned into art studio.
Love that for you.
And the podcast keeps me entertained while I make TTRPG dice.
Tabletop role-playing games.
So imagine my delight when I discovered that the three of you play D&D.
We try to.
It's been a minute. We need to schedule another thing.
Yeah, somebody's pregnant, so it kind of...
Somebody's got a baby on the way. Both of you. It's both of your faults.
I made each of you a
Yeah.
custom dice set based on your answers from episode 100 about your favorite race/class.
Holy shit. I didn't know there was 3 sets in there.
Druidy set for Erica, a Tempest Cleric inspired set for Christian, and a set to represent Orcish Goblinoid ancestry for Josh.
Oh my god.
May they always roll in your favor and accompany you on many an adventure.
Holy shit.
Thanks for all the laughs and congrats on the newest miniature member of the Judgies. Much love.
Is there a mini in there? Oh.
No.
My brain is so tabletop focused right now. I thought they made a mini. Wow. There's like gold flecks on
Very
there.
cool. Very, very
Look at
These
that.
are so gorgeous.
See if I can get the focus on my. It's not gonna focus.
I'll read.
This
Give me
is
a
so
second.
cool.
These are very
We'll have to put
rad.
pictures on Instagram. These are awesome.
Those are dope. Look at mine.
Look at the D4. The D4 fucking
Mine have
rocks.
fucking flowers in them.
Yo, I've never seen a D4 like that before.
It
It's like a
rocks.
little
Oh my
obelisk.
God, these are the coolest things.
This is great. This is way better than that shitty invite to that wedding or whatever the
Look
fuck it
at
is.
these. These are dope as hell. I am stoked about this.
This is sweet. I think the podcast is over. This is, you did it.
Yeah.
This is what we needed. The podcast started on a look for a DM and it's ending on dice.
True.
That's great for us.
That
I
is
love
true.
this. Thank you so much.
These are really cool.
You
Hold
will
on.
be hearing if I roll like shit because I notoriously roll like shit.
Christian, insane, but the only thing worse than your reading comprehension skills is your dice rolling abilities.
So this is from Courtney from Cosmic Chaos Dice. And her handle on TikTok and Instagram is at cosmic.chaos.dice.
Awesome.
That's DICE. Dice.
Y'all, go check this shit out because it
Really cool.
was great. I don't know how you folded this paper. That was also really
very
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some insane
It's
shit.
Crazy how much cooler of people our listeners are than us.
Doesn't it kind of suck?
Yeah. It really, man, money
That
really
was
does do a lot, huh?
Dope. I am so excited. I can't wait to play again now so that I can use those dice. Oh, I'm so excited.
Erica, roll for birth right now.
Roll for birth.
Roll to
dude.
see Nat 20 get you in labor right now. We're inducing on the pod. How about that?
It'll be wild. Hold on, let me get it out. I got two 20s in here, so
Roll with advantage, baby.
roll with advantage. First one was a 3.
Hey, that's not a
Ooh.
20.
The next one was a 13.
Hey, all right.
hey.
Hey, we're safe for another day. Roll every day. The DC lowers by 1 every single time.
Oh no.
That's pretty accurate, though.
It's almost like
Damn,
life
that's
is like
crazy.
a video game. But this podcast isn't just us opening up listeners submitted mail pieces. We also podcast on this podcast. What that entails is us going online, finding silly little stories for us to laugh at and judge at. And sometimes Erica finds the stories.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
That was excessive.
What if he just put in a sorry? Apologies.
So this one, do you want me to say her name, who sent it to us?
Yeah, I think they
Or
said
their
you can
name?
say
Little
name.
fucker.
Little shitbag. Fleabag from the
Right.
Fleabag show.
This is sent to us
Really?
in our Gmail, judgiespod@gmail.com, by Alex.
Wonderful.
This is screenshots, love that, from Reddit, r/relationship_advice.
So you know daddy likes it.
And you know, other daddy.
Is this why you're pushing
likes
me to
it.
read it? Because that's what you have on your draft, your Judgies draft?
Don't worry about it.
I don't, Erica, I don't think about that a single time throughout the year.
Josh.
You only like to cheat when we're doing the draft.
Yeah, you little competitive bitch. Taking any edge you get.
I, 40 male, started to cheat on my wife, 38 female, but
Okay.
stopped halfway through.
Hey, good on you. At least you stopped halfway.
Do I still tell her?
Yeah, I think you do. At what point do you not? Like this, so we talked about this a little bit before the show. What part of like how far does halfway go? Because like halfway to me, like if you're gonna say I halfway cheated on somebody, it's you set things up to cheat, and then right before you went there, you're like, no, this is crazy.
But see, I feel like that's not even a halfway thing. Like you've already done it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Like if you're talking to somebody with the intents of meeting up with them to do
Yeah.
something, the talking phase is already an emotional form of.
This
Okay.
is just physical. I'm messaging a sex worker.
But I think the same thing though. Like you're intending to do it,
Yeah.
the deed's done.
Hey, but I didn't do it.
Just because you didn't follow. Okay, but like attempted
Babe,
murder
I had no
is still
follow through. But it's not murder. It's attempted murder. It's
Yeah,
still
but
a crime.
it's still a crime, and you're still gonna
Hey,
get.
I
yeah,
tried
exactly.
to murder my wife, but I stopped halfway through.
We're just. Hey,
She's
that's all-
alive.
We
All
don't
right,
know that yet.
let's see what this piece of shit has to say.
We don't know that. Hey, assumptions. All I'm saying is that it could have been I looked at someone funky and now I'm cheating. It's not that, but it could be that.
My wife. Hold
What
on.
a wonderful moment.
Let me start over. My wife
There it is. Nailed it.
and I have a great relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Because if you did, then what are we even doing in this advice column?
He was testing it out to make sure he didn't like it.
I can't say I have any real complaints. We have been together for 5 years, married for 2 of those, and up until now, I would have said I would never stray.
Okay.
You're not
What
convincing me.
changed?
I was away for work last week, and while I was in a hotel, a young woman, 21 female, sat next to me and began to flirt with me.
Now, he's 40?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot about that detail.
I was extremely flattered by the attention. I have to admit it was a real ego boost to be flirted with by someone so young, as I've started to get that middle-aged dad bod and have been feeling like I'm losing my looks a bit. After a bit of talking to the woman invited herself back up to my hotel room where we began to have sex.
Mm-hmm. That's not halfway.
That's not halfway. That is committing.
Regardless of where your definition of halfway
I
is.
didn't come though. Well, I came. She didn't come, so it's only halfway.
Did I mention I'm on my first half marriage? Things haven't really worked for her yet.
For me, it was all about the thrill of being desired by someone other than my wife, especially by a very young woman.
Yeah. I feel
That's
like
another red flag.
I feel like he's leaning on the term woman to like make himself feel better. Like it was a woman, it wasn't a 21-year-old.
I was slightly drunk, and I figured I'll probably never get the opportunity to sleep with a 21-year-old again.
It's like he just keeps digging a deeper hole. You're just a bigger piece of shit with every sentence.
But the thrill wore off very quickly as I realized that I wasn't enjoying myself. This girl was not good in bed. Ha! Serves you right, fucker!
That's really funny. But that does imply that if she was good in bed, that he would have been fine with it.
Well, yeah.
Like if she gave him like a good old sloppy toppy circle jerk 3000, then he would have just been like, yeah, no, my wife fucking sucks. She's an old hag. She's 33.
38.
An
Even
old
worse.
battle axe, that one.
She basically just laid there and starfished. Sometimes she would pull herself into what she thought was a sexy pose, but that was it. She didn't seem interested in me at all. I might as well have been a human dildo because she seemed more interested in herself and how sexy she thought she was. Sex with my wife has always been amazing. When I'm with my wife, she's all over me,
With
talking
who?
to me and telling me how hot I am, grabbing me, touching me, getting on top, and so on.
Oh, okay.
I feel like the hottest guy in the world when I'm in bed with my wife.
So this dude is just the most conceited,
Yeah.
like vanity-driven person in the world.
With this girl, I felt like I could leave the room and she might not even notice, let alone care.
I'm still caught up. What does it mean to pull yourself into a sexy pose? What does that mean?
Who knows?
Midway through.
I just don't know.
Duck face and peace sign.
How sexy of a pose can you be during sex? I think it's just the whole act of it is like hot. Right?
Yeah,
It's not.
Dare you go out on a limb and say sex is innately sexy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just.
You're already seeing the boobs. You don't need to like perk them up like,
She touched her elbows together. It was insane. It was so hot.
while you're having sex. I bet you can't touch your elbows together.
That legit almost got me because I was like, can I touch my elbows together? And then I was like, oh, wait. Fucking teenage boys in this room.
Huh?
She seemed like she just wanted the ego boost of a guy finding her attractive.
It sounds like that's all you wanted.
I couldn't stay aroused and I stopped about 10 minutes into it and asked her to leave, which she did. I didn't come. I just took a shower and then called my wife to hear her voice. Now I'm back home and so far I haven't told my wife about any of it. There's a guilty part of me that says I should because she deserves to know, but another part of me says, why should I torpedo our happy marriage and cause her pain for something I didn't even enjoy and will never do again? All it did was prove to me that I want my wife more than anyone else. I want to do the right thing, but I genuinely don't know what the right thing to do is here.
He's treating this like me every 2 years when I try tomatoes again. Like, I'm just checking. I'm just seeing if I like it, and I don't. I'm like, hey, back to no tomato lifestyle. He's forgetting that tomato is a woman and has a emotional connection with him and trusts him.
I know that I will never ever stray again. Should I tell her or keep it to myself?
Keep it to yourself.
It's insane that his justification is like, I didn't even like it, so why should I ruin my marriage?
Oh my god! What a absolute...
I got my punishment out of it. It wasn't even good sex.
I've served my time, lady, my fairest maiden. Now the rest of my time on this earth will be dedicated to making you squirt.
That hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he should, because that's his wife.
My wife. Of course.
My wife. But see, I'm torn because like she deserves to know, but also I don't want her to hurt. That's sweet baby angel.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just the cheater's way of making him feel good and not telling. It's way more fucked to not tell somebody and then drag them through.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have an STD at this point if you
So
had unprotected sex.
we have an update.
Yes.
Ooh.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
just waiting for the update.
I knew you were gonna do it. I knew it. Christian, just knock it off. Okay. Update says, I really took a beating from Reddit when I made my first post. So some of you will be happy to read this. Maybe not.
I didn't tell my wife. I figured you guys bullying me was enough.
I was still not sure whether to tell my wife what happened or not after making the post. This is not because I'm selfish, like some of you said, but because I was struggling to find the logic in telling her something that would hurt her when she didn't need to know because it was never going to happen again.
I just can't find the logic behind it. Why should I be truthful to my wife?
But I did also take on board what others said about how if it was them, they would want to know. And to some point, I agreed with them about that.
Okay.
It didn't end up mattering because my wife realized something was up a few days after I got back from my work trip. She brought up how I'd been quiet and seemed off ever since getting back. And she looked and sounded so worried about me that I decided in the moment to tell her. I didn't want us to have any secrets from each other, which, you know, is fucking marriage.
It sucks that his wife's so good.
Right?
Like, it's like, hey, is something off with you? Let's talk about it.
She's so sweet.
I do imagine him just coming home and just 1,000 yards staring for like 5 days. No, everything's fine. Just like floating through. Wow.
I told her everything. She didn't believe me at first. She believed I'd started to sleep with the other woman, but not that I had stopped or that the sex was bad. Why would she believe that? Why would she believe that?
It does sound like you're trying to like blunt the...
I showed her the Reddit post I made so she could see I wasn't just spinning her a flattering story to try and get off the hook.
Look, I told the internet before I confided in you.
Then she wanted a divorce because she learns that I use Reddit as a 40-year-old.
She started to cry while reading it and then said the sentence that has been going around my head 24/7 since. I loved you so much. Loved, past tense. I asked if she could really just fall out of love so quickly, and she said yes.
Yeah.
In the space of a few minutes, I had gone from the love of her life and the man she wanted to grow old with to just another sad man having a midlife crisis.
This, even the way he's writing this is so self-centered.
Putting the blame off of...
He's like the main character now. He's like centering himself into like her feelings, which is crazy.
We talked for most of the night, but she wouldn't budge. She turned down my offer of marriage counseling or counseling for just myself. I suggested we take a short week's break so she can think about things, but her mind is made up. We are filing for divorce, and in the meantime, I am sleeping in our spare room so she can remain in our marital bed. This is not how I wanted any of this to go. She is without a doubt the woman I love and the woman I will always love. And if I could go back in time, I would lock myself in my hotel room for the entire work trip and only come out for the conference. I hold out hope that she might one day change her mind. Our connection is so strong. It's too strong to be destroyed by 30 minutes of poor decision making. 30 minutes?
30 minutes? You said it was 10.
Goddamn.
How do you get that drunk?
Foreplay doesn't get included in the cheating. Foreplay's not cheating.
It was just pre-cum. It was pre-cheating. That's the thing.
This dude sucks so much. Like,
Yep. Got everything he fucking deserved.
it's really every sentence. He's like, our marital bed. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Right? Like, he's just trying to throw that in to, like, just make everybody feel bad for him. And I don't. Fuck you.
I'm sleeping in the guest bed.
It's only a fool.
Fucking awful.
Wasn't that a great story?
Yeah, you got my blood really boiling, Josh.
Thanks, Alex, for sending that in.
Yes, thank you. That was a juicy one. Are you ready for Today I Fucked Up?
Yes. Is it because you picked it?
What?
Is it because you picked it on the draft?
Oh, did I?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think you did. I got a hair in my eye. I think you did.
Do you need help or you got it?
No, I'm going to ignore it for as long as I can.
It's the man way.
I don't want to ruin the experience for the listeners. I just want them to know that I'm suffering.
Today I fucked up by slapping my wife's ass.
Ooh. I sometimes do that.
You have a wife?
No.
My wife.
Last night my wife and I were getting hot and heavy
Okay.
and began having sex.
Whoa.
During sex, I decided to put in a little spanking.
All right.
Okay.
This is where things got weird.
Uh-oh.
As I slapped her ass in the heat of the moment, she bursts out with, "Yes, Daddy, spank me harder."
Okay.
To preface, I knew she had some serious daddy issues. This initially was a turn on, but after a few seconds, all I could think of was disciplining my daughter, and my face went sour.
You don't have to have daddy issues to use the phrase.
Yeah.
Correct.
That almost makes it worse, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't.
I think the term daddy is removed from father figures in a lot of that sense.
I'm not for me. I have daddy issues, so I
Right.
cannot ever use that term ever.
Yeah. It's just, whatever. I'm not going to speak on it. How about that?
It's personal preference.
I'm sorry that I kink shamed you, Josh. You can say daddy all you want.
I'm like 99% sure when someone is using the phrase daddy in the bedroom, they aren't imagining it's their father. That's what I'll say. I think it's just a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know people who call their father daddy.
Yeah.
And
Which
that's
is weird,
fucking
right?
weird.
I do think
In 2022?
it's time to move on.
Yeah, just call him Pops.
We know the
Okay.
connotation behind the word.
No one's saying, yes,
Stop it.
Pops, slap me harder.
This initially was
It's kind of hot.
This initially was a turn on, but after a few seconds, all I could think of was disciplining my daughter, and my face went sour. I stopped immediately and felt awkward. She responded with, "What's wrong, Daddy? Did you not punish me enough?"
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just quickly be like, how about we use a different word for that?
I walked out of the room and told her I needed a minute. Now I don't think I can ever have sex again.
That's pretty good. Just the rest of your life, you're swore off it.
We talked about it, and she was really embarrassed, and I told her it just surprised me, and I wasn't prepared. We agreed on sir.
Sir is pretty good now. Now, I could get off to a sir 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I...
Because one of the top comments is, sounds like you need to have a conversation about it, because you stopping midway through is her thinking that it's her fault and
Yeah.
she's the problem.
That is a weird reaction, right? I guess.
I don't know, man. If I was in mid coitus and then the person I was having coitus with said something that really threw me for a loop, I might stop.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't. You would just stop, get up, and be like, "I need a minute."
Oh no, yeah, no, I've absolutely not that part. I guess I
That's the weird part, is
That is the weird
Just
I'm-
leaving.
I'm fine with you stopping, and then it's like maybe be like a quick discussion. You can still have a discussion while it's still being intimate, but to be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need a minute," and then just walk away, and then come back 5 minutes later and be like, "I don't think I'm ready to have sex with you again tonight," and then it's just
or
like,
ever.
what?
I think. Going from balls deep to ghosting is quite the power move.
The next top comment says, "You slapped a whole new personality out of her. Damn." And then people were, saying, there's a lot of funny comments, but ask her not to call you daddy, master in BDSM, or something similar. And so I think that's where they steered the conversation.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But I was gonna make a circumcision joke earlier. Now we're gonna go to the break. Is that all right?
Yeah, you know what? That was probably a good call.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Christian, on my signal, you're going to click and hold the blue one. All right. And then when I point to you again, you're going to hit the bottom red one.
Okay.
And then when that ends, you'll, while still holding the blue,
okay,
it's like Twister.
Hold the blue. Okay.
You're never coming off the blue. You only need to tap the red.
Okay.
And then once the red is done playing, it's like 4 seconds, then you'll go green. It'll make sense. You'll understand the vibes.
What's your signal? Okay. And then the second signal will also be?
I'll say hit the blue.
Okay.
And then when I do this, you go red, and then you should automatically play into the green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. There's 0% chance I flub this up.
It's not that hard, man.
Is he playing our regular circle jerk tune?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You said circle jerk tune. I thought that was funny.
Oh.
Yep. Come on, my baby. All right. And welcome back. This side of the podcast. We're not sponsored by Function of Beauty right now. We might be, I guess. I shouldn't have said that then. Sorry, Function of Beauty. I can't. That's the thing.
Legally, you can.
I got a new fob at work, and I'm not talking about the little key thing that lets me in. It's a Function of Beauty, and their hair care products are great. And you know what else is great?
What's that, Joshua?
My hair after using Function of Beauty.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad we're getting them a second ad.
This week's
Circle Jerk.
Because I did a thing.
Okay.
Oh, what did you do?
So last week, I think, Kip's episode.
I think technically it's 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure it was last week.
It was
That was 117.
Anyway,
is
an episode or
115.
some kind of episode before this one airs.
We talked about belly buttons.
Oh, fucking hot.
And how funny it would be to create a little thing about celebrity belly buttons. So Christian, hit that blue one and hold it. Welcome to Innie. Oh, you fucked it up. Restart. You have to let go of the blue one. Hit the blue one. Welcome to Innie or Outie, the game show where you two guess which type of belly button a celebrity has. Did the doc nip a little too close to root and cause an umbilical hernia? Or did the doc rock the socks off that little nutrient tube? Let's find out. Yeah. Do we understand the premise of what's about to go down?
I was very distracted by Christian pushing buttons.
He told me to immediately follow it with green.
Yeah, it wasn't immediate.
You could have freestyled with the green.
I panicked.
Like you're a fucking DJ over here.
All right. So effectively, I'm going to give you guys a prompt and then you'll have multiple choice answers. We're going to start with Christian.
Okay.
If you get it right, however many remaining answers is how many points you get. So if there was 3 answers to start and you get it right, you get 3.
Okay.
If you get it wrong, Erica gets the second shot. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It'll make sense once we get there. Christian.
So it's gonna be multiple choice, and if I get it on the first multiple choice, I get however many
all
points,
the points
were left.
But if he gets it wrong, it'll go to you, and if you get it on right, then you'll get 2 points.
Okay.
This famous actor isn't known for his gambling, but that doesn't mean he is a stranger to a full house. Which uncle has an Outie, and which ones are cool? Is it A, John Stamos, B, Dave Coulier, or C, Bob Saget?
I know the answer.
Dave Coulier has the Outie.
Incorrect.
Good answer, Christian. Good answer.
That is incorrect. Erica, you know the answer.
It's John Stamos.
John motherfucking Stamos.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is it hot?
No.
Oh.
God had to really knock him down. He couldn't be perfect. John Stamos is correct. Erica gets 2 points. I'm not sure what's more dead, Bob Saget or Dave Coulier's career post-predatory relationship with the teenage Alanis Morissette. But
Yikes.
R.I.P. to both.
Yikes.
As for John Stamos, his abs are R.I.P'd with a little balloon knot sticking out of there.
Okay.
Eric, I hope you're ready for the next one because you will not be receiving any TLC. These scrubs want to be your lover, but one of them is incapable. Jesus.
Get it together, Joshua.
These scrubs want to be your lover, but one of them is incapable of reciprocating your romance evenly. Which of these kitchen staples has the outie? Posh Spice, Scary Spice, Ginger Spice, Baby Spice, or Sporty Spice?
I'm going to go with... Did you say Baby Spice?
Yeah, it's the 5 spices.
Okay. I'm going to go with Baby Spice.
Incorrect. Christian for the steal. You got Posh, Scary, Ginger, or Sporty.
Ginger Spice. Josh, Ginger Spice. Good answer.
Jerry Horner, more colloquially known as Ginger Spice, has that little bubble on her tummy known as the outie belly button.
You really threw me off with Scrubs and TLC.
You're not getting TLC, and they are Scrubs because they're not TLC, and TLC famously knows Scrubs.
Also no outies, famously.
I don't know. I didn't fact check the outies.
Famously,
Okay.
no outies.
But I'm just saying you threw me off.
I'm not sure what's more dead. The relationship between Jerry and Mel after Scary Spice dropped spicy deets regarding their alleged fling in the 90s, or Bob Saget.
They were playing?
Allegedly, Jerry denies it, but Mel B supplied it. Bagged another one. Those outies thought they could sneak by, but the fashion police are on the lookout for anything suspicious in the midriff.
R.I.P. Joan Rivers.
Which fashion luxury icon could be donning an outie? Christian, is it Vera Wang, Vera Bradley, Ralph Lauren, or Michael Kors?
Oh, that's so fucking hard.
The score is 4-2. Christian's winning.
I don't like the scoring system.
Vera Wang.
Incorrect.
Ooh, that was going to be my guess.
You
Fuck.
got Vera Bradley, Ralph Lauren, or Michael Kors.
Ralph Lauren.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
Christian, you got
come
Vera
on.
Bradley.
Vera Bradley, baby. Vera Bradley. Good answer, Christian.
Incorrect, which means no points awarded for this round. Michael Kors, of course.
I should have known that he was a little freak with the outie.
That guy had a spare accessory on his tum-tum. It's a wonder why he didn't monopolize belly button piercings. Think of all that extra meat to hang stuff from. That being said, I don't know what's more dead, Vera Bradley or Bob Saget.
Vera Bradley died.
So Vera Bradley actually isn't a person. There's 3 of them, but the person who is most known as Vera Bradley died, a long time ago.
Oh, I mean, the Vera Bradley
Was she?
style is kind of dead right now.
Was
so.
she the one that kind of herself?
No,
That
that
was
was
Kate
Kate Spade.
Ah.
David Spade's estranged cousin.
I don't believe that at
I thought
all.
they were married.
I don't believe
Were
that
they?
at all.
I don't know.
think it's his
I guessed.
They
I
were
guess.
married. There's no way David Spade was married to a famous fashion lady.
Pretty sure.
All right. The score, Erica 2, Christian 4. This one is worth 3 points.
Ooh.
Hold on, I gotta look up Kate Spade.
Well, this is insane.
Married. Haha, told you.
This is absolutely fucked, and we're going to cut that section out.
The last one is worth 3 points. Now you guys have to duke it out for who you believe has the little thing sticking out of them.
Okay.
Because you're both answering at the same time.
Oh, shit.
These 2 hosts of Regis and Kelly are better known as their stage names, Regis and Kelly. But one of them has an
I fucking hate
outie,
you.
allegedly. Which one is being outed as an outie right now?
Regis.
Kelly.
Kelly Ripa! She's the little freak and Bob Saget is dead. How about that? You hit that blue one, man. Thanks for playing. And thanks for and thanks for winning, Erica. Your prize is you get to touch my belly button. And I'll see you all next time on Innie or Outie.
I
know-
had a blast.
You know how fucked it was to Google X celebrity's name stomach? beach, shirtless, to try to confirm if Ginger Spice was the only one with not a nice belly button.
There's not just a database of celebrity belly buttons.
So I looked up an article that was like, celebrities with belly buttons, and it was like from 2008, and it was just like the weirdest fucking written article. I hated it.
Because this whole concept is
Yeah.
weird.
I don't know, man. It was pretty funny. But Kelly Ripa had like, if you look
Notorious Outie.
at like magazine pictures of her and shoots, like Innie. So they airbrush an Innie onto her, but like actual pictures of her, she has an Outie.
Weird.
Yeah. So who knows how many of those little freaks are out there?
Would you quit calling them freaks?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, monsters.
10% of people Outie belly buttons.
Really?
I really felt like, and this was not like reciprocated at work. I feel like when I was like 5 or 6 ish, everybody was just showing their belly buttons, and you knew who had an Outie.
Yep.
And everybody was like, no. But I don't know.
No, I definitely remember like everybody was like, "Come on, you don't want to be the weirdo with an Outie."
Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's I looked it up. Most of them are caused because pretty much it just sort of like heals wrong when they cut the umbilical cord.
Well, I was gonna say, I also feel like anybody that I can think of that has an Outie is just like skinny, and it's like maybe they're just skinnier than their belly button can go deep, like,
Yeah, I mean, fat people with an Outie is probably more rare.
Yeah, the dad from Psych, or is that like a
I'm pretty
hernia?
sure he just died.
Ooh,
Maybe no. I might be thinking of somebody else.
I don't know who's more dead, the dad from Psych or
I need
Bob
everybody
Saget.
to go look up dad from Psych, and you guys, it's so noticeable. You can see it through any shirt he wears.
maybe it's an under the shirt TC.
So that's
Tucker.
why I'm wondering if it's like a hernia.
Well,
I wonder if he has a hemorrhoids too, but
that's
I wonder
what-
if it's a hernia.
That's what it's medically classified as, a Outie belly button. Is like
Really?
Yeah, it's a hernia.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
You did a lot of research on this.
Just for the little
Looks like
intro.
he's still alive.
That's good.
Hey,
Just
we're happy to hear
Hey,
that.
so Bob Saget was more dead than him.
I wasn't expecting the hot gossip at the end of every answer.
Yeah, it's sort of
It was
structured like a
fun.
game show.
Yeah, it was fun.
And thank you.
I just want you to
Ben.
know that I enjoyed myself while we did that.
I took time to write it, so thank you.
Oh, you tried. You didn't just quickly throw that together.
My phone was blank. I was riffing.
I made it all up.
The database of belly buttons, it's up here, fucker.
I just feel like we need to go on record and say we don't give a shit what your belly button actually looks like.
I mean, I do, so I will not go on record with that.
Oh, well, I'm going to go on record and say nobody cares what your belly button looks like. We're not judging you for your belly button.
I am.
I think some
Oh,
people
I'm not.
are. I mean, some of the people on this podcast are. We're not going to name names.
It's not like they can control that.
10% of
Should've
people
tried harder
belly
as a baby.
buttons, which is like close to like left-handedness and is 10 times more likely or more populous than like red-haired folks, which is crazy to me.
That is weird. Because think of how many redheads you know.
Yeah.
Ginger Spice. And the one redhead kid from our town.
And has an Outie. Hang on.
Hold up. Do all?
Not
Irish
all Outies are red hair, but red hair are Outies.
Hey, but guess what? All of our listener submitted stories get introduced by a little listener submitted sound. And here's our listener submitted sound for this week from Joshua. I don't know why it stopped. It says it's playing. This is quite awkward.
The thing is, we're treating these episodes like they're the last ones we're recording, so they can only be tip-top. Tippy-top.
I literally have no idea why it's not playing.
Is it because your phone is dog shit?
Stop
This
that.
one's from Joshua.
Hey there. How much milk do you have in your refrigerator?
My
right
phone's just fucked.
now? Too much. Not.
This one's from Joshua.
This one's from Joshua. I have to relook it up because my phone was just rapidly pausing
Do you
and
want
playing.
me to do it?
No, we're leaving this all in. We got to see how the butter's churned.
We are cutting a lot less with this video format, so
It once again is not playing audio for
All
us.
right, give it to me.
this is embarrassing.
This is quite embarrassing.
You're derailing the show. My thing went famously unscathed, unmessed up.
Did you look up any other
who am I
celebrities with
looking at?
outies?
Who is Tom Cruise married to? Katie Holmes.
Not currently.
Was
They were
yeah,
at
they
one
was
point,
married.
yeah.
Yeah, that one was one, and that's the only one I remember, because I sort of just stopped when I hit 4 people I knew, and I didn't
Okay.
include Katie Holmes, because like I don't know Katie Holmes that well, and not to be fair, I didn't know Michael Kors that well, and I had to do some digging for that one. I couldn't name 3 other fashion designers that I could look up pictures of their midriffs to confirm that they don't have outies.
But we can confirm this listener submitted sound comes from Joshua.
Hey there. How much milk do you have in your refrigerator right
Half
now?
gallon.
Too much? Not
Probably.
enough? Well, figure out your milk situation. You idiot. I can be your hero, baby.
Very good, Joshua.
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
I
I love
loved
that. Enrique Milk Glacius. Yeah.
I didn't like that, Joshua.
I can be your 0% milk. Yeah.
And their message says, fuck Ted Cruz. And hey, we can get behind that one.
Great
yeah.
answer. Ted Cruz, can we say big Outie energy?
Oh,
Yeah.
his entire body is an outie.
So apparently, this episode of mine is centered around sex.
Oops, all cheating. Oh, wait, the other one wasn't cheating.
No, I don't think this one's about cheating. It's been a minute since I read
Oops,
it.
all fucking.
It is all fucking.
The
We made a
Circle
fucky wucky.
Church wasn't.
Yes, it was.
I will say I did search Kelly Ripa belly button, but I accidentally wrote Jelly Ripa belly button, and then it autocorrected, but I accidentally clicked on, no, I meant to say Jelly Ripa belly button porn. I don't know why Jelly Ripa belly button pulled up Kelly Ripa porn, and it was just a video of her midriff on a porn site, but Kelly Ripa belly button didn't.
Interesting.
Explain that, liberal Google.
Yeah, Google, why are you censoring Kelly Ripa belly button?
And that was on my work computer.
Ooh.
I am jobless.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, are we off the rails a little bit, Erica?
I mean, I would like to read this listener submission from Instagram.
I would like to be able to read it all.
What in one hand, Christian, and shit in the other.
I, 27 female, am in a relationship with 33 male. We met in October of 2021. Something wrong?
Just the grammar made it seem like she's in a relationship with 33 men.
Ah.
And that was funny to me.
We met in October of 2021, and immediately things took off. On our first date, he had let me know that he chose not to date or be in a relationship for almost the past 4 years due to the past relationship issues he had and wanting to focus on himself.
I chose not to be in a relationship for the last 4 years. It was a decision by me to not date anybody.
People were throwing themselves at me. I had declined them like a credit card.
He also let me know that in those 4 years, he had been celibate.
I chose to not have sex those 4 years.
I didn't even beat it.
He also shared a fun fact that due to his travel from being in the military, he had accumulated about 40 women he has slept with in his lifetime.
Okay.
So I could fuck if I wanted to. That's all I wanted it to be known, okay? I want it on the record.
The last 4 months, the intimacy has died down. When I brought it up, his answer was that he just doesn't really feel the need to have sex, but that sex is great with me, so it wasn't me. He would rather have emotional intimacy and spend time with me. This morning, trying to be seductive, I texted him to come over and to get naked in bed with me. His reply was, "How about we get brunch instead?"
Okay.
I don't want to make it an ultimatum because if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't want to feel forced to be with someone physically. But I think that sex is a healthy part of any relationship and is something I want to share with him. So am I the asshole?
For what?
For wanting
more sex.
more sex.
No.
I don't think you're the asshole, but he's also not.
Yeah,
in the wrong here
nobody's
either.
Yeah.
nobody's at fault or in the wrong in this situation
Yeah.
at all.
How long have they been dating?
Since October of 2021.
So
I mean, still pretty
6 months.
early in that relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you know, people change over the course of a relationship.
yeah.
Yeah, and not everybody has like the same sex drive.
Yeah. Ace
So-
people exist. Can we get some ace visibility in the chat?
Absolutely.
And aro people exist too.
Which one's that?
Aromantic.
Aromantic. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I think this really is just a case of one partner just having a higher sex drive. And it's like,
Yeah. It could also, and like, I mean, this might not be the case. Could be seasonal. Could be something else he's like, dealing
Could be
with.
stressed out about something.
Might
or-
not feel good about himself physically, so wants to do what he can monetarily with the brunches and stuff.
has bad knees after the military, so when it rains out, his knees kind of hurt, so he's not really in the mood to be intimate, you know?
They do live in Seattle. You gotta move out of Seattle and don't go to Miami. It's even more rain there.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, it rains like every day at 11 a.m.
Interesting. I hate that for them.
Yeah, it just rains like torrential downpour for like 15 minutes the same time every day.
I don't believe you.
I'm serious.
Is it?
Jake, friend of the show, lived in Miami for a summer. Every single day. Like you could fucking put it on a clock.
Is it bold of me to say that I just hate the entire state of Florida?
Yeah, very bold.
Okay.
Never going to
What
Key
about
West
Brad?
again, fucker.
We've never been to Key West.
I
Well,
don't even
you're
know where
missing
it's
out.
gorgeous, though.
It's on the east side.
I can literally, I can guarantee I have no idea where it's at. I can never point to that.
You
on
can
a
never
map.
eat key lime pie again.
Oh, it's gross.
I've
anyway.
only had it once.
Yeah,
It is
Yeah.
gross.
never again.
Good.
Anyway, I think that this is kind of normal for some relationships. I mean, it is what it is, and talking about it, and definitely not making that an ultimatum. I think that's not the right move.
Yeah.
Have sex with me or we break up. Like, that's not cool.
His sexual history also doesn't matter.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
that might just be making her feel worse. I don't think she's holding that against him. I think she's sort of beating herself up. Like he's had sex with 40 women and he doesn't want to have sex with me now.
Well, it's because.
But he's also sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, well, that's only because he's beating himself off, Josh.
Nice. Are you happy you let him speak, Erica?
No, I won't be doing it again. Actually, it. I think it's probably because he's at a different point in his life now.
Yeah.
You know, 40 women in his past means nothing to his 4 years of celibacy and self-inflection and learning about, how he feels as a human being. And now in a healthy, emotionally stable relationship, which he probably clearly needed from his past relationship issues, from what she's saying. So I think that a lot of communication is key here, and toys.
Also, there you go. Also, her favorite position is doggy, heavily implied, and his knees are blown out from the military, heavily implied, and
Both are heavily
famously
implied.
doggy
No.
style hard on the knees.
It is. Yeah.
Have you given doggy style?
No, but
You just communicate with your
people-
partner?
well, yes, but like,
How's the knees,
It can
honey?
be hard on both set of knees, Josh.
is your partner not on their hands and knees?
You know what?
How are you
Hey,
doing
how about
doggy
you-
style,
hey,
Joshua?
I'm gonna get you a little whiteboard and you draw it out for us.
I just sort of lay there with my head like this between my legs and sort of splay.
It's just kind of when you
Like
do
a dog.
this, right?
Yeah. That's
What
when
is
I'm.
happening right
Isn't
now?
that what it's called?
You know how dogs lay
That's
like
a doggy
that?
paddle.
Oh, what were you guys talking about?
Doggy style.
Hard on the knees.
That's when there's no ketchup, but you have onions and peppers on it, and you get it from the
No,
Windy
no,
City.
no. That's Chicago style.
What were you talking about?
Doggy style.
That's when there's no bun. It's protein style.
Oh,
Hey,
no, we were
guys.
talking about doggy style. That's when somebody comes onto your track and goes, na 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 na,
It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.
Snoop Dogg, and it's the motherfucking JUDGIESs, and we're out of here. I think, right?
We're at 49 minutes.
I've got another story if you want one.
We can't just like riff.
We could
Oh,
riff.
here's a story. I meant to say
Josh,
this
tell me.
3 episodes ago. I did tell you guys already, but I can embellish and flourish, Ric Flair style.
Woo!
Aurora's parents were kind enough to take me out to dinner.
For your
and-
birthday?
Yes, for my
Nice.
birthday. I guess that's important. They were kind enough to feed me.
Where'd
for
they
once.
take you? McDonald's?
No, it was
Burger King?
my choice, and I chose the
Culver's?
Mongolian grill in our downtown.
Oh.
Joshua.
And I haven't had it in years because Erica famously was a health inspector and knows that place is very dirty and never passes code. But it's so good.
it is very good.
The bacteria makes it taste better.
Yeah.
No.
I can't explain
It's
it.
it's a little bit of fermentation. It's good for you.
Joshua,
So-
I'm judging you. So this is the hardest I have ever judged you.
So we went there and we were eating, and her father was telling a story about how they went to not a Golden Corral, country buffet.
Okay.
And he was with their kids when they were very young, and his wife wasn't there, and started choking on a big old slice of steak.
The dad
God.
did?
Yep, but didn't want to scare his kids, so he just went and like forced it down his throat. As I kid you fucking not, he gets up to go get more food. I kid you fucking not. Immediately after he done telling that story, I take a bite of chicken and start fucking choking. Like legitimately no air coming through my windpipe. And I like look up at her mom sitting across from me, and I like look at Aurora, and I was just like, I'm serious. Like, and then Aurora gives me the weakest two thumbs of Heimlich. It honestly felt like she was hugging me less hard than normal. And then by that point, the bread like soaked with liquid or whatever, and I swallowed it, and it was fine.
I thought you said it was chicken. Oh, the breading.
It was like
Got
that.
it.
It's like at the Chinese restaurants, the breaded chicken that has no sauce or anything
Yeah.
on it.
Okay.
Oh my
Dog
God.
shit chicken, but I get it every time. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Yeah, and
That's
it
what
just
they
like
use
soaked
for the
or whatever. And
sweet and sour chicken.
is that
How
what
about
it
you
is?
get the
It's
sauce?
basically a
with it next
chicken
time?
nugget.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just started choking, and the whole, there's like a few people in the restaurant, and they came over and they're like, "Are you okay? Okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Just more embarrassing than anything. And then I tried to just move past it and continue the
Yeah.
conversation. They just kept going like, "I just can't believe you choked." I was
I don't
like,
know
We're done
what-
with it. We're done.
Hey, why don't you
talking
try
about
to
it."
swallow a little harder like Aurora's dad did?
Be a man.
Be a
did-
man.
Yeah, he said, "Get out of here. You disappointed me."
I don't want it to feel like I'm like discouraging Aurora, but I don't think I would trust her to give me a Heimlich either. Even before this story.
What's really crazy is literally the previous week we were talking about like choking, and she's like, I've never been shown how to do the Heimlich. And so I like literally
Really?
was like, yeah, you just ball your fist and you get underneath the diaphragm and try to go up like a 45-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's gonna be hard. You have to do it because their core is gonna tense up. And then,
I don't think I've ever really I know how it's done in my head, but I don't think I've ever like practiced.
you never taken like a first aid course
No.
for work? You work at a hospital and they've
I'm
never
just
given you
fucking smart like that.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy that I get first aid training working in a laboratory and you don't.
But you're also the safety
Everybody does.
person. Well, yeah. I also have first aid training.
Oh, I'm sure I probably am supposed to go to something, but I just go, oh, the health stream didn't get to me. That's weird. It's crazy.
Do you know how to give yourself the Heimlich if you're alone?
Just swallow really hard, like Aurora's dad did.
Use
No.
a chair.
You find a chair. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You find a chair and thrust it against your diaphragm.
Yeah.
I just want you to know, Josh, if I was there, I would have gave you the Heimlich like a baby. I would have held you upside down and smacked you in the back.
Thanks, man.
Nope.
I would have just fucking rocked you so fucking hard in the back like a baby.
I mean, technically you're right, but you held it like this, like by its ankles, and that's not right.
you just do this without holding it by its ankles.
No,
you
hold
you
its like chin and neck and
like
head.
this, and then the legs come up your arm.
We're having a child in 2 weeks. You really need to learn this.
What's he choking on? Titty milk? Hey,
Yeah.
see you next week.
See you next week.
Can they choke on titty milk?
Yes.
It's not solid. It just goes right through. They might cough.
It can coagulate
How
a little
chunky
bit.
is
It
your-
comes
how
out as
chunky
rods
is your
sometimes.
titty?
I don't know. I haven't.
Well, if you jump up and down enough times, it kind of churns in there.
Titty butter.
I really don't like that.
Yeah, I don't
wanna
like
talk about it.
Remember
But,
when
you
we
know-
said we're acting like this is our last episode for a while, and it really
It's really on point, on brand.
most Judgies fashions just right off the rails.
Yeah, but you
We
know
love
what
that for
else
us.
is Judgies fashion?
Oh, really quick. I just want to say, like, this is probably going to be controversial, but I think you might have deserved to choke a little bit for going to that place to eat.
Okay, very controversial, actually. It's very hurtful for you to say that.
Yeah. I'm glad
I
that you're
wish-
okay. And obviously, I don't wish, like, death upon you.
But I do wish you were a
But
little more
like-
scared for your life. Can I say that?
It's so good, though. It's cheap, and it's great. And they cook the food right in front of you.
It is so disgustingly dirty.
But it does it not make it better that, like, they cook it? Like, so it's raw when it's bad, and then when they cook it, it cooks all the bad stuff out?
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to work, yes. But like, unless you're taking a thermometer with you to make sure that it's all cooked to the proper
cook it right in
temperature,
front of you.
I would not trust
The
it.
thing is,
I do not trust
the
it.
inside of my throat has thermal capabilities. That's kind of where I store my food to make sure it's the right
Josh
temp.
is kind of a safety guy at his work, so he's kind of got an idea of what 145 degrees.
My
looks
throat
like.
closes
He
when
ate
it's
chicken. It shouldn't be 145. It should be 165.
He knows what 135, a nice and medium rare chicken looks like.
my throat closes when it's a sub cooked meat.
Okay.
And this episode's closing. Erica, where can they find us?
You can, as always, you can find us on Twitter. Don't look at me through. He's holding up. What is that even called?
A clacker?
A clacker?
I don't know.
He's like peeking at me through the crack of it. You can find us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, and TikTok. And that is at Judgies Pod. JUDGIES Pod.
Hey, thanks for listening, guys. If this is the last one before the break, it's crazy how we're all going to have the same hair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't
Stay
know.
tuned to find out, I
we
guess.
do know that the Judgies love you.
Very good.
Christian famously is no longer doing it.
For the listeners, that was definitely Christian who kissed on beat.
The editor will move my mouth for me.
Okay, bye. Have a good week.